Hey everybody, this is Amy Rich with amyrich.net. Welcome to Catalog Kickoff Day. Yes, that is right. We are kicking off our January to April 2025 mini catalog. All those years ago, did you ever think we'd make it to 2025? It's just kind of crazy, isn't it? But this beautiful catalog with the gorgeous products on the front is what I am going to feature in my very first pre-recorded video of 2025. And if we go into the catalog, we can take a look. I'm sorry, I should have had it marked. On pages 42 and 43 of this gorgeous catalog, we have the most beautiful designer series paper you could imagine. I'm going to bring that out to you in just a little bit. This is the Wildflower Birthday Suite Collection. And you can see that it includes a bundle, some dots, adhesive back dots. They call them party dots. They bring the party. And then this beautiful gold open weave trim. And I think it's called a trim. Yeah, trim. And I love all of it. And in fact, so much so that I am featuring it in Super Stamping Sunday half-day retreat with two friends of mine. This is my suite collection I will be focusing on, and I will be sharing lots of beautiful examples, samples, tips, tricks, all the things with that suite collection. But we're going to start today by sharing a really cool fun fold card that I made recently using the birthday celebration bundle, which is the stamp set. It is very much a phrase builder set if you want it to be. There are a few phrases that can stand alone, including make a wish, hooray. But a lot of it is, or even cake. I can just picture that on a card. But honestly, most of it is a sentiment builder. All of the dies in the die set can actually be used alone, which is very unique but really fun. And I have so many ideas that I haven't even started to put on paper yet. But we're going to start by creating this fun fold card using the designer series paper, a couple of those, and I'm going to show you the two designs that we're going to use. You can see that they have gold foil on one side, and then they are, I love this side too, by the way. I love stripes. And then they have just a different design on the back. So here's the what I would call the back side, because the front side has that gold foil. But I'm going to be using those two sides. Let me bring in some of the other papers so you can see how unique and special this DSP really is. Here's another. You can see the gold foil in there. And then the back side is just soft sea foam. Then we've also got this design, also soft sea foam leaves back there. And then I love this pattern. This is so pretty with the gold scallops. And then we have this one, which is super fun. You can cut apart the tags and the little pieces that you can use on your projects. I would start by cutting off the tags across the top, and then you'll be able to cut down into these other areas as well. So lots of fun ideas with that. And of course, at Super Stamping Sunday, I will be sharing lots of ideas with that side as well as other ideas. I'm so excited. You can register for Super Stamping Sunday at superstampingsunday.com. And I hope to see you there. It's a Facebook event, so you will need to be on Facebook in order to attend, but we have so much fun. It's totally worth it. Registration deadline is January 19th, 2025. So if you're watching after, I'm sorry you missed it. All right, so here is the gold foil on there. It's so pretty. I showed you that already, but check out this piece. There are two sheets of these, and you can see one fell through here, but there's balloons there, and they're all die cuts, bouquets, treats, all the things. These are all die cuts in here. There are actually two sheets of each paper in those same designs, and those make for quick and easy paper crafting. Great for scrapbooking, great for card making, great for all the things. All right, let's start with a piece of Pretty in Pink cardstock that measures 5.5 by 11, or I might say 11 by 5.5. I like to do the horizontal and then the vertical. So we've got 11 by 5.5. So you will only get one card base per sheet of cardstock. And then we're gonna score that. I'm gonna have to open up my arm even here, but we're gonna score this at 4 1/4 and 8 inches. And then we are going to use our paper trimmer here to do a little bit of measuring. So we are going to measure, if we put the short side over here on the left, we're going to measure 2 3/4 up from the bottom edge. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that bottom left corner in my paper trimmer at 2 3/4, and then we're going to just put a mark there. And then I'm going to take a piece of the DSP and a piece of the white, and these measure, let's see, 3.5 by 5 1/8. I am going to start with this one, and I am going to measure from the bottom right corner up 2 5/8 of an inch. So I want to make sure this is in my cutting groove, and then 2 5/8. So let me edge it just a little bit closer here to be as exact as possible. Now, of course, the most exact would be a ruler, which I chose not to grab for this, but we're going to go 2 5/8 up from here, and then we're going to take the white and we're actually going to do the opposite corner. So we're going to go 2 5/8, and this is maybe a little bit easier way to do it, and then do a mark here. Then we're going to cut these off. So I'm going to cut from the upper, this would be the upper right corner down to that mark. And when you cut here, you will want to start on this end so that you're not catching that corner. So I'm going to move my blade and do the cutting like so. And then you can go ahead and erase that little mark. We're going to do the same thing with this piece, except the opposite. Up here from this corner down to the mark. And then finally, we're going to grab our card base, and we did that measuring up to 2 3/4. Now we're going to cut in on that 2 3/4 inch mark. I probably wouldn't have had to mark it had I done this in the proper order. So we're going to cut up to that first score line, and then we're going to turn it, and we're going to line up that score line, which is a little bit tricky, but you can lift that bottom panel to see where you're cutting there. Up here to this, I don't know if you can see this down here, to the score line, the other score line, which is right here. So we're going to have to, this is probably the trickiest part of the whole darn thing, getting this lined up. But once you get it lined up and tuck that in, then we're going to cut from that horizontal line down here to the corner of that score line to give it that look. Kind of funky, but very awesome. Trust me. Trust me when I say super awesome. All right, then we're going to fold, just so you can see what's happening here. We're going to fold in, and then we're going to fold back out again. They're not supposed to line up here, so don't worry about that part. Then we're going to start to adhere some paper to each of these sides. The first thing we're going to do is start with this one. We may as well start with the front and work our way in. So this piece is 2 3/4 by 2 1/2, and that fits right there inside the panel. Then we're going to open this up, and we're going to cut or adhere our gingham check in there. It's so cute. Like, I can't, I don't even feel bad covering this up, although it's gorgeous. I love, love, love that paper. All right, so we're adhering this into place inside. Well, it's on the outside really, isn't it? Then we're going to adhere the white next. Okay, the white's gonna go in here, but wait, we're gonna stamp first. So bringing in the stamp set again, I'm gonna take a peek at all of the great things we can do. We're gonna do a little phrase building with our blueberry bushel ink. I'm gonna actually, let's see. I take that back. I'm a little gun shy to do that first. Let's do the pretty in pink. And we're going to do the little banner stamp that is in here. And we're just gonna go right up here across the triangular top, just like that. And then we can go now with the birthday. I feel much better about it now. We're gonna close up that pretty in pink ink. Blueberry bushel, another color I don't use very often. So I love that it is shown in this DSP. And then we're gonna take the little happy and stamp it right above there like that. And then we're ready to adhere some more. Okay, so the white now will go in here. And remember, the measurements are a little odd, but when you're cutting things at an angle like this to fit as a layer, it is tricky. So I did 3.5 by 5 1/8 to compensate a little for that weird angle, and it seems to work pretty well. Finally, a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 designer series paper will go in here, and that will really showcase the beauty of this DSP. It is absolutely stunning, and I love the cake, the gold in the cake. All right, so there's our card base. We are doing pretty well, but I'm gonna do something a little bit special on this card. I'm gonna make it a 70th birthday card. So here's what I've done. I took a piece of our foam adhesive sheets and I put it on the back of our beautiful brushed gold specialty paper, which was in the online exclusive release in November of 2024. So I cut a piece 1.5 by 3, and then I'm going to take my 70, my 7 and my 0, and we're going to cut those out. Now, believe it or not, even though it has the foam on the back, it works out perfectly. It cuts it out beautifully. So let's take care of that, and then we'll finish the card. I made 22 of these recently for a swap I was in, and what I discovered, actually, I should have probably been a little bit more careful to get it straight because there are lines in this paper. But what I discovered is that you don't want to run it back and forth too much, or you start separating the gold from the paper on which the gold is adhered. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like there's a gold foil, overlay onto another piece of paper. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but what I'm getting at is what I found was that if I went back and forth in the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, it would start peeling off the gold. So I didn't want to do that, but I did want to have numbers that stuck up a little bit. And so if you do the adhesive sheets, foam adhesive sheets, underneath that gold, then you don't have to worry about popping it up after. And actually, this is a little bit lower than I want it, so it wouldn't be an Amy card if I didn't pull it back up again. But it just gives that lift without having to worry about all the skinny places to put your stamp in dimensionals. Isn't that cool? All right, so 2 more things that I want to add. This is the gold open weave trim that comes with the Sweet Collection. And I'm just putting putting it and through here, and it's real wide. So I'm just kind of gathering it and bunching it. It works so slick. I am telling you, it's easy to work with. And then we've got our cute little bow there. And I'm going to finish it off, not with the party dots. I wanted a little bit more of some gold pop in there. So I decided to grab these, which are my favorite. They are the iridescent foil gems from the annual catalog. And I decided to grab those because of the gold in it. So I'm going to grab, there are 3 sizes. I should probably have my take your pick tool. I don't know where it is right now. I've been using it all the time, so it's not even like it's probably not very far, but I didn't get it ready. So I'm just going to put one of each size on here. So I've got my little guy, my medium guy. Actually, are there only 2 sizes? Now I'm starting to second guess myself. I think there are only 2 sizes. What am I looking at here? Oh, all right. I'm going to pull this back up and use the larger one up here. And then we'll take another small one and put it down here. There we go. So we have that little glitz and glimmer in there. These products are all available now, today. It is January 7th when I am sharing this card, and we are hot and heavy into that mini catalog. We have until April to gather all of the things that we love from it, but it is available now, and it makes me so happy. I love the gold accents. I love everything about this, and I hope you enjoyed the new fun fold that I'm sharing. I have one more that I wanted to share with you, and that is this one. It is the same fold, but this one uses the new online exclusive designer series paper, and also one of our new stamp sets. And then this is a new stamp set too in the online exclusives. This one is from the mini catalog, so you can find that there. If you have any questions, I'm here to help, and I hope you enjoy this new mini catalog as well as Celebration. Pick up a couple of free things while you're shopping, and you can do so at amyrich.stampinup.net. Go check it out. Take care, everybody, and I'll catch you next time. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a thing.